asked my buddy Tom to lead a ride. His response, as you wish. But we need to go back to the beginning. The plan for today is we're going to ride something completely different. A friend of ours has been nice enough to let us borrow his Surron Super Bee, and or Ultra Bee, sorry. And we're gonna go for a ride up to a friend's secret test track, and he's gonna show us around. So stick with us. Well, this should be interesting. I have very limited experience on anything electric other than parking lots and ripping around, as you'll see in a clip we'll add to this as well. And off to the mountains. We're gonna meet up with our buddies and talk about what they've got going on. First things first, I'm no dirt riding wizard. I got my first dirt bike at age 30 and have never devoted myself to more than a few single track rides per year over those 25 years. I have always struggled with technical or hard enduro. Usually it's been my poor fitness. So who am I to review an electric dirt bike purpose built for just this task? Stick around, find out. Next thing, who are these guys? If you're a fan of our content, you will know Tom, Jammer, and soon to appear Richard, all good buddies.
So we'll skip this challenge and just go to the next ride.
Yeah.
You keep looking for me. He's going, I don't hear him.
Well, he was talking about that, going like, yeah, you got to think that there's going to be a few more e-bikes involved in collisions and with bears, as he was saying.
Well, the silent, running into bears on a mountain bike is scary. So the freewheel makes a bit of noise, but beyond that, they're pretty fucking quiet.
This location is the brainchild of Tom Brown. Check out his channel and video with Canadian Enduro champion Tristan Hart.
So there's a way out that way, but it's got some step ups in it that we might not be ready for yet.
Up from the road.
Coming up, yeah, from where we left.
Did awesome. I'm thankful for this.
Yeah, it was in my head. Well, it's got to be fun. He's gonna make like
I just realized I think I'm running with my headlight on, so I turned that off.
Oh.
Steph went for a spin on it the other night up and down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did it without the headlight on, like just with the day, running lights.
Well, zeros.
Fuck, he's doing way better than I would be.
Oh, yeah, well, go ahead.
Okay.
Camera's up there.
Boo!
Yeah, it's a great color.
Oh man, it's if it weren't for this thing, I'd be struggling.
It's I think it's light, right?
Oh, it's super light, yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been me for sure.
Are y'all right there, man? I can probably use a hand now.
You will?
Un momento. Richard almost made the top. He was like, just,
Oh god, you mean the minute I turned my head he fell over?
yeah,
Fuck.
the second you turned your head, you went, oh, we're all good.
That white marker is the first of the loop signs.
Okay.
Alright, so we come up through here. This is the southwest corner. So this was all just getting here.
Well, cool. I've always been curious, but not curious enough, I guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring the twin up here.
Yeah, no.
I mean, that's, as single track goes, that's nice, tight, slow, but relatively flat stuff. So it doesn't really matter what you bring for a bike.
Mm-hmm.
but still.
Yeah.
Especially when you're short in the inseam.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the lightweight.
I bet.
Yeah, the only real problem I'm having with it is it's really easy to whiskey throttle.
I bet.
Because there's no clutch.
Yeah,
and
there's no escape. There's no escape.
Yeah.
It's entirely torque control on this side, and yeah, there are some problems with that direct drive.
Yeah.
There's a reason why Electric Motion puts a clutch in their trials bikes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, no, you see that all the time. Even Ryan from F9 doing his review of the Zero, right? All right, need a loop, need wagon a loop. He spun it out, hurt himself on a wet road. And yeah, there's just once you get that whole drivetrain and the rear wheel spinning, it doesn't want to stop.
No.
Without a clutch to separate the two, so now all you have to slow down is the rear wheel. You're in trouble.
So the good news is, I apparently haven't used any battery yet.
Oh,
Yeah. I can remember the guy he said
4 hours.
yeah, something like that up here.
Yeah.
Included that climb out of the other side, which I thought, oh, that's impressive. That's a good thrashing.
Well, too, it's got regen, so every time we go downhill,
yeah.
If you on your rear brake thing, or you pull
when you
back off,
you back off, you can feel it.
Zero is not, or Zero is a little bit of throttle, like it is in some of the, like in the electric cars.
Yeah, when you close it, you can actually feel the drag of the regen belt.
Yeah, as I say, there's
that'd be good for those big long downhills where you got to drag your rear brake. Fucking brake doesn't get
Yeah,
trapped.
I think you can also you can control how much it regens.
Oh yeah,
that would
okay.
make sense,
Yeah.
because there are places where you wouldn't want it.
Yeah.
All right, we got
But
one
then you can,
intimidating.
and it does have a clutch
What's that?
too.
Scuba diving
No
doesn't get you in
clutch.
shape for
Rear
fucking
brake,
dirt
no.
bike.
What's that
Oh,
then?
just something.
What's
The
that?
balance is okay.
Rear brake?
Rear brake, yeah.
Yeah.
Your routine core strength should be fine, assuming you don't have some flunky to carry all the tanks around.
Is it?
That's
Other
Cliffs of
side.
Insanity. That's just below where the footage with Tristan was shot.
Right.
Ah,
right.
Cliffs of Insanity, I remember that. That's where Tristan Hart put on a clinic for you guys, yeah?
Well, he put on a show there. The clinic was down at the bottom.
Yeah, their jaws never left the ground, so not much stayed inside, I think. Yeah. It's like,
It's safe to say my friends ride at a much different level, or better, definitely a different level than I do.
Having no momentum is going to make that throttle problem even worse.
Yep.
well, do they zigzag it maybe, because it's so light. Come off the front wheel and hop it over, and then hop it back. Try that way. It's easy to that. Right?
This is a bad spot to stop, man.
Yeah, I gotta go back down and try again.
The starter's been getting really funny.
Well, it's probably you're starting it, it's getting hot. and battery's getting low.
No, it's worse when it's cold in the morning. Like it just won't. Like you press the button, and nothing happens.
Yeah.
Well done.
Huh?
Well done.
When it's not wet, it's not that big a deal.
You've done a lot of hard work to get really good at this, so. For others that have done no work, and
Yeah.
I'm impressed. He's doing really well. Like, he hasn't been on a single track in over a year and a bit, except for like some of the easy shit we were doing.
Yeah, no, then this is a pretty narrow line.
Whoa. Sure glad I went and got boots. I've been with Jammer a long time, and most of it's been really easy, so I've never gotten a chance to see just how amazingly skilled he is. This is really cool. Using some advanced techniques just to goof off. I'm taking the time to actually put the trail markers out here.
I think we want to go up. We'll probably go to the summit piece first, I think.
Okay.
Is that the harder way? I think that is a bit the harder way. We'll get Richard onto the easy loop there, and he can play. Stuck there, maybe?
It was funny, on the first descent I kept looking for the rear brake.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh Jesus, and now it's like, oh yeah, you're right, you just keep your feet like squarely where you want them, don't move them, like just, it's cool on the uphills, just plant them.
Yeah, which off-road riding is like, I swear 90% of it is just keeping your feet planted on the pegs.
Yeah.
And that connection, like you're pulling and pushing your feet onto the pegs to make them stick, especially when you need it to be, right?
Yeah.
You know, that ability to keep your feet stuck, hence the trials boots. Everything about that is yeah, it is back up this way. Where they are, I'm sure.
Oh fuck! Oh, that was fucking dumb. Don't tell me I'm right in the fucking camera.
It's hard. I'm picturing how tired you must feel.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, oh my God.
That was about the stupidest fucking fall down ever.
Well, it was a low bank and there was no way your leg was going to get there, so.
Oh, Jesus. What? Oh, nice. See, why can't I do that?
So we missed the turn back there.
So we're going back?
No, we're just gonna go up here. This is the official. That strange rock right in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, okay.
So from here, we never get more than about a click and a half from this point. Right, so it runs down here, around down the hill. Comes up under here, runs through just behind where Jammer is, goes back down the hill to the corner that we started on, and then up as we came through.
Oh, cool. So we're kind of like
We're in the middle.
a third of the way, kind of.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of in the middle of it almost, or
Well,
middle
it
of
is,
this section.
What was the inspiration for your Tesla track?
For this, that was bit and winded and beat to tar in a hare scramble in a race that you paid to partake. Because as I was telling Richard, 2.5 hours at race pace is not the same thing by any means whatsoever as going out for a weekend ride with your friends. You don't sit around at the start line chatting for half an hour on a race day. So yeah, this wasn't meant as an enduro loop, it was meant as an endurance loop, and you're supposed to do like 10 laps. The premise was to come out and find out, basically, when you get out there and you're working your ass off, you find out really quickly which muscles suddenly go like, I'm not doing this anymore. So there's a whole pile of techniques that you'll learn really, really quickly don't work. And the whole idea is to learn basically how to save that strength for when you need it. So you learn that if you can, you sit down, right? You learn not to pull up on the handlebars because that's where you get arm pump. But you're gonna need to do it when you gotta get the front end over a log, right? So you learn to save all these strengths for when you need them. You stand up when you're going over rough stuff, or when you got to go over a log, or when you got to take a jump. And then other times you can actually sit down and save energy and still go fast. And anyhow, that was what I got out of it.
Awesome. Make sense?
Yo. Track down the back is Spezzic. Much better. It's a whole lot easier when you know what the hell's out there, isn't it?
Yeah, when you kind of can predict what's going to happen. You're like, oh, I need a little extra squirt right there.
Yeah, this is that nasty fucking corner with this horrible rock that you can't carry any speed around, but you really need to. That's actually a funny one. When you get used to it and you're familiar with it, you realize there's actually a really good view. But most of the time you're not looking at the view.
Yeah, I slowed down a couple times to watch you, and I go, ooh, this is really pretty. And the other thing that was kind of cool is we're having a conversation there when Richard was coming up and your bike was off. Then you turned your bike on and kind of going, imagine if we were all riding these things, you could have a conversation riding along.
Riding, yeah. Without having to use a helmet.
The second your bike started, I couldn't hear, like, that was it. That was conversation done.
I'm just thinking that Richard's having a hell of a time because he can't actually use the front brake very well going downhill, partly because of where that damn brake lever is.
Yeah. Maybe we get back to the top, we'll take a look at it and see if we can make it better.
Sure. That was actually one of the things that I picked up from Tristan, because he made us do a drill without using the rear brake. It was a full lot turn, but using the front brake, and I'm going like, I'm shit at combining front brake and throttle. Absolute shit.
Yeah.
And ever since then, it's like, okay, well, I've been working on it, and now I'm not shit anymore. Now, yeah, I can fade from throttle to brake, and holy fuck, is that a lifesaver. That changes the game entirely.
Yeah, we can go up to the top again, and I'm gonna have lunch.
I want to move that front brake lever of yours when we get back to the top, because the way, from where at least in my hands, I can't use it very well because it's so far down. It changes your whole wrist position to be able to use it, right? You want to be able to kind of hit the bar with the heel of your palm. But if you got to wrap your hand around the bar in order to reach the front brake, it doesn't work. Now you got one or the other, and you're kind of.
You want it up here?
I want it a little. Yeah, I would have it closer to flat.
But this angle is even worse when you're standing on the peg, though, right?
No, because you're not on top of it. If you're using the front brake, you're going downhill, so your weight's already back, right? You're not on top of it, right? If you're standing like this and you hit the front brake, what's going to happen? Yeah, you're going to go over. So you don't really need. And the thing is you still have the palm planted here. Who knows? What we should do is we should just trade bikes. I have to get everybody trading bikes because I need to ride this.
Oh, wow. Well, I think I've completed most of the endurance loop, and holy cow, it's like hard enduro, and I'm not a great dirt biker, and I never have been. I've always enjoyed it, but I always come home feeling broken from the number of times I fall over and have to lift up the bike. It's been a game changer. This thing is amazing. So my initial review of the Ultra Bee, yes, it's absolutely stunner for getting out and back into the swing of things, and have been accomplishing stuff that I would always struggle with, and I would quite frankly never have cleared by myself, and I would always seem to need help. And this thing's great. I've actually been able to stop, reposition the bike, lift it up, and thank you so much to Quentin for giving me a chance to try modern technology out and up my game.
Oh, it comes up here and goes across here and then down the edge of this one.
Yeah, I've been down the one. We were on this one here.
Yeah. Yeah, they've all got, if you're looking at an open street map, they've all got Princess Bride names and rock and stuff. The big long one is Physics.
Oh yeah.
Right, for the giant.
Well,
that's like the backcountry horsemen have got that horse camp up at Memike and Salmon Rivers. It's a forestry campsite. All the trails are named after like Harry Potter.
Hey, I don't know where you want to be scratched.
No, he's just hanging
Yeah,
out.
so I've known the Bell family back when.
That's
Okay.
him. He's like a border collie.
What is this? Some sort of experiment?
I almost wore it too. Your GPS out of its cradle.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Holy shit.
So I'm like, okay, what are you gonna do here, Mr. Brown? You're awfully close to standing on your head. Think you can roll out of this? Yeah, I think you can.
I hope my camera caught that.
I'm doing something here.
I'm feeling better at it this morning,
Good.
but now unfortunately I'm gassed.
Yeah, I know. It's
So
me.
now that's another problem.
I'm just super lucky that my only crash was when I stepped off the thing to take a piss. It fell over. It bent
Each crash just fucking takes away so much energy, and you got to pick the bike up.
Yeah.
And
It's like, I want to go see the test track and then I'll bring my other bike up. Not a fucking chance. What kind of sick test is this?
sick fucking experiment is this?